And I feel like we have an amazing group of people here too that hold so much energy. And guidance has been showing me that this work is really healing for us and we need this. So even as the world is changing again in different ways, we always ask to reflect a little and come within. And so this piece of reflection and coming within is actually the perfect piece for this energy that we bring in. And we've been growing up this chakra tree. And so we are landing in that place of the crown, which is, according to Vedic philosophy or study or scripture, it's 1,000-petaled lotus. And the lotus, in fact, actually is the petals are facing towards us. What are the lotus petals? Like vortices of light. So the chakras are made up, they each have different petals. But these are more like vortices than just one thing with petals around it. These vortices are, at least from what I've gleaned from studies, is that there are vortices. So there's these 1,000 petals, and that's actually vibrates to the color of white. We give it this violet-y color too, but it vibrates to the color of white. And they say when we get to times in our life when we can, the word is like reach samadhi, a state of bliss, a state of complete connection, we could, in fact, when it's awake and it's open, we could, in fact, feel a dew upon the fontanelle. So that's according to what I've studied and read and discovered. So it's interesting to see like all of these bits and pieces, how they come in. And the sound, if you will, for the crown chakra is silence. So I can ask you, and you can be honest with yourself, how easy is it for you in your practice on a daily basis, maybe even more than once a day, to find moments of stillness? Ponder that for a quick moment. How often do you find space in your mind? Yeah, I don't know. It's generally a challenge. So how do we do this? Like you can't, say, okay, I'm going to go meditate for an hour, because the first few minutes of that hour is just your mind like, okay, just focus on my breathing. And then you're like, I'm focused on my breathing. And then my nose gets itchy. And then my toe gets sore. And then we start thinking about the kettle and the garage and the cat and all that other stuff. And she said, he said. And then that meditation practice is just gone out the window. But it's more times we can go to that moment of just trying is the first step. So let us try it. Be quiet, still. Find a seat, comfortable, hands down on the knees. Eyes are closed, eyelids are soft. There's no clenching in anything. You can lightly draw with the eyelids closed, the eyes up, as if you were kind of imagining that you could see out the crown of your head. So there's a gentle eye strain, very soft, looking upward. In fact, this is like a mudra. Shambhavi mudra. And then as you're doing that, they say that when we entrain our mind upon our breath, our breathing, the mind will surely follow the breath. So breathe in and breathe out. And bring your awareness to your breathing, the sensation of breath as the breath moves in. And as we sit here, in fact, hopefully feels calming, eyes closed. Consciously bringing awareness to the breath so we can control the breath in a way, or we can ask the body to slow the breath down. The body's intelligence is already there, especially when the ego is out the way. And you can feel like in these moments where you feel and follow the breath in your body, it fills your body up. So feel that sensation of filling. Feel the sensation of emptying. And as we empty, we can add into this that any thoughts known and unknown, you don't even have to think about them. All thoughts known and unknown literally will be dispelled out through our breath. So as we inhale prana, life force energy. So feel that. And you can give it a color of white. Like the whitest white, as if you walked into a room and everything was painted white. The lights inside shone white. So the white was almost like this misty, glowing white. And again, every exhale, you letting go. So your mind is getting still, quiet. So be still, be quiet. Every time you breathe in, every time you breathe out, mind, body, still, 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 still. Elongating the breath as you breathe in. Lengthening it. And as you lengthen, you feel your body automatically expands, expands, expands. There's a lightness to the form and the field. Because every exhale, you're letting go of thoughts and thinking. And how wondrous does it feel to be here right now? That sense of like bliss is here. It is in fact attainable. Sit nice and tall, roll your shoulders up to your ears, draw them back, bring the tips of the fingers to the mat, and then squeeze your chin to your chest. Gently unroll your head so the crown of your head is right over the spine. Bring your shoulders back so you're not sitting too far forward, so your shoulders are weighted over your hips. Find your breath as you breathe in, your chest expands, 360 degrees of chest lifts to the front, to the back, and side to side. You can hold the breath at the top and see the breath in your mind like a white light that shines from your mind, fills your mind completely. And then as you breathe out through the mouth, rounded lips, you're going to breathe in like that through the nose. We're going to breathe out rounded lips. And all the elements within our fingers touching earth, grounding us, rooting us, nourishing us, empowering us. And again, breathing in. Nice and tall, fully expanding in every direction. The breath. Mind is made white. And exhaling. Next time you can inhale, swing the arms out to the sky. Look up. Palms are going to touch and look up towards the sky. Head lightly drops back. Another deep breath, keep reaching your arms up, and now bring your head to neutral. Your ears are right in between your biceps. Stay there. Press the palms together. Feel your chest rising, this rising sensation. It is risen from within. Long, slow, deep breathing. Keep the arms as glued together to your ears, palms touching. Long, slow, deep breathing. Make those elbows nice and straight. In through the nose, out through the nose, and the eyes can still be drawn up to the crown of the head as if you're looking through. You can imagine right there with the crown of the head, your hands are sticking into this chakra that's right above the crown. This crown chakra, if you will, as if you were like diving through the clouds. And so this crown chakra for us is how we explain it in the Western world, is a place of connection to spirit, spiritual connection. And these are indications to spirit in every way that we are ready to receive the guidance that we need. So asking your higher self, the soul self, your guidance team, what it is that you need. Take another fresh, full, deep breath in. Hold the breath this time. As if you were caught onto like a little love note from your higher self. You're going to pull that all the way down. You're going to stop just above the crown of your head. You're going to anoint the crown of your head. And anoint your third eye. Anoint your lips. Anoint your heart. Breathe in here. Bow into your chest. And now this is really, truly, and always connecting to your higher self by honoring that intention, the little love note that your higher self gave to you. Just allowing yourself to say a little prayer, saying thank you, it is done. Whatever it is that we need, may it flow with a grace and ease throughout life as we move into the world of play and joy and inner peace. Interlace the fingers all the way to the webbing. Keep the chin to the chest. Press the hands away from you. Inhale, look up towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, bring the head to neutral. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side body stretch towards the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, opposite side. We're going to keep going side to side. So inhale through center. Exhale, opposite side. Always lengthening through the center, side body stretching. See if you can make your thumbs come a little bit higher than your baby finger. Your arms are straight as can be. That feels good to you. Shoulder blades melt down the spine. Eyes can be closed and the gaze can still be up through the place of the third eye. A third eye through the crown of the head. Or the third eye. Side to side. You're just warming up. And so we're lengthening too. So as we're breathing, we're reaching up. Create space between our ribs so we can take more air in. Opening the sides of the ribs as we lean to one side. And never collapsing. It's like you are bending over something. You're not leaning into it. You're bending over it. You're trying to reach up and past it. Next time you come to left, you're going to stay there. You're going to bring that left hand down, right arm over the ear, side body stretch. Connect your left ear, drop to your left shoulder, and then gently take the top hand, your right hand away from you. You're going to get to about 45 degrees away from the ground and stay there. Then make a fist, make some circles with the fist in both directions. And then you're going to pull the fist into your wrist, and then you're going to spread the fingers wide open. And then pull the fist into your wrist and spread the fingers wide open. Do that again. Press into the bottom hand, reach both arms up. Reach, reach, reach. Interlace the fingers here, and then side body stretch to the opposite side. Stay here for a moment. And then that right hand comes down, left hand away from you, side body stretch. The hand gets about 45 degrees away from the side of the body. Make a fist, make circles in one direction, opposite direction. Feel all that fascia that's stretching. And then pull the fist into your wrist, and then you're going to open the hand, spread the fingers wide open. Pull the fist in, spread wide open. A couple more times. One more. Press into the bottom hand, hands come up. Palms touch, exhale, hands anoint the crown. The third eye, the lips, the heart. Be silent for a moment, remembering your intention, everything that it is that you need. Gently open your eyes, look down to the ground as you let light in. If you're seated on something, move that out the way. You're going to come to all fours and then press our hips to the heel. So in a child's pose, you're going to bring your chin to your chest. You're trying to bring your forehead towards your knees, so the crown of the head is coming towards the mat. And you're going to pop up on the tips of the fingers. Stay here and breathe. Make your arms nice and long. Stay on the tips of the fingers. Take one more big breath. Out through the mouth. Inhale, you're going to come up, stay on the tips of the fingers into a cow position. You're going to drop your navel down. You're going to exhale, round your spine. Tuck your tailbone under chin to your chest. Stay on the tips of the fingers, and then keep the hips, bring them to the heels. Then we're going to inhale, come forward into that cow position, tips of the fingers on the mat. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, tailbone under, hips to the heels. Keep moving with your breath, coming forward. Rounding, hips back and forward. Rounding, hips back 2 more. Rounding. Eyes can still stay closed. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, rounding. This time stay with the hips to the heels. Take a full deep breath in through the nose. Out of the mouth. Walk the hands towards the right side. Stay here. Still on the tips of the fingers. Press your left hip down towards the mat. Maybe walk the hands a little bit further towards the right side. Lean your weight over towards the left side. Feel that side body completely opening up and soften your shoulders from your ears. Take one more big breath here. Out through the mouth. Walk the hands across the mat to the opposite side, all the way across. And then press your right hip to your right heel. Look down towards the mat. Walk the hands a little bit even further towards the left. Bring that weight over towards the right side. Breathing in. Breathing out. One more. All the way out. And then walk the hands to the center line of the mat. Inhale, come to a tabletop, tuck the toes under, bring your hips to your heels, and as you bring your hips to your heels, roll your knees away from the mat. Inhale, come forward to that cow position with some of the toes are tucked under. Exhale, round your spine, bring your hips to your heels, and as you bring your hips to your heels, lift your knees off the mat. Arms are strong. If you have to look here, look at me. Inhale, come forward to that cow position, the knees are down, toes are still tucked under. Exhale, round the spine, bring the hips to the heels, the knees come off the mat. Do that a couple more times. A little bit of a play with emotion here. Knees come all the way back. Round your spine, bring the knees off. So it's almost like you're trying to get into a malasana, but your heels aren't coming all the way. It also warms up your arms nicely. It also activates your core a couple more times, and it loosens your spine and your hips and your feet. A couple more. This time stay there with the heels towards, the hips towards the heels, and walk your hands towards you. You're going to come into a malasana. If you need to open your feet wider, open your feet wider. You turn your toes out. Keep the head down. Walk the fingertips away from you. See if you can get your sit bones coming down towards the mat. Keep looking towards the ground. Keep your weight equal on your feet as you walk your hands towards the right side. Stay here. So I want us to really breathe deeply into our lungs, especially on the sides of the body where we generally just collapse in. Open the sides of the body. Use your hips to bring the weight back. Walk the fingertips away from you so there's a stretching and an opening. Take one more big breath. Out through the mouth. Walk the hands across to the opposite side. Head down towards the ground. Bring your weight towards that right heel. And again, walk the hands further away. Pull that right knee away from the side of your body. Use your inner thigh. And then slowly bring the hands back to center line and walk them towards your feet. And as you walk them to the feet, lift your hips up towards the sky. Crown of the head melts down towards the ground. You're going to keep the knees softly bent. Move the head gently side to side. Walk the hands towards the left side of the mat and let your right knee bend with you. Then slowly straighten that right leg and stay. Bring your weight back towards the right foot. Let the crown of your head dangle down. Big breath in. Big breath out. Walk the hands towards the opposite side. Bend your knees as you come through center. Let your left knee come with you. If you bend, keep the hands where they are now. And now slowly straighten that left leg. Pressing the head back. Stay here and breathe. Walk the hands back towards the center line of the mat. You're going to inhale, come halfway lift and heel toe your feet so they're right under your hips. Exhale, fold in, walk your hands towards your toes. Curl your spine, nose to knee. You can even bend your knees if you need to. And inhale, come halfway lift. Think about that pelvic floor. Draw it into the body. Find your inner thighs, squeeze them gently together. And exhale, fold in, crown of the head towards the knees. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, hands towards the knees. Inhale, lift your spine so you're in almost like a chair pose. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, hands reach up. Take onto that left wrist, reach up. Exhale, side body stretch. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, opposite side. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, opposite side. Keep the knees bent. Keep moving side to side. Keep those knees nice and bent. Your quadriceps may be feeling like they're firing. That's good. Let's finish off our last side. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the hands behind the spine. Interlace into the web. Pull the knuckles down. Lift the chin and the chest. Keep the knees bent. Bring your chest to your thighs. Take your hands over your head. Straighten your arms away from your spine. Keep the knees bent. We'll bend the knees now and then bring the hands to your lower spine and then reach them up towards the sky. Find yourself in Utkatasana. Reach up. Exhale, hands come behind you. Interlace opposite thumb on top. Hands reach down. Lift the chin and chest. Keep the knees bent. Bring your chest to your thighs. Then straighten the legs and hands away from your spine over your head. Bend the knees. Bring your hips back. Bring your hands to your spine. And then inhale, hands up. Utkatasana. Exhale, hands behind you. Interlace the fingers to the webbing. Pull the knuckles down. Chin away from the chest. Exhale, fold forward again. Bring your chest to your thighs first. And then straighten the legs. Hands away from your spine. Last time, bend the knees. Release the hands towards the sky. Keep the knees bent. Reach up. Exhale, hands behind you again. Opposite thumb on top. Pull the knuckles down, chin away from the chest. Keep the knees bent. Fold forward. Thighs to your chest, to your thighs. Straighten the legs. Stay here and breathe. Bend the left knee. Look over the right shoulder. Take the hands towards the right. I can get my scarf off my head without using my hands. There we go. Come through center. Bend the knees. Hands over your head. Opposite side, straighten that left leg. Right knee bends. One more big breath. Knees bend, head towards the center. Release the hands down. Keep the knees bent slowly and to roll up. Vertebra by vertebra. The head's going to be the last thing that comes up. As the head comes up, look up towards the sky. Straighten the legs, hands float up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Heart leads. Head to the knees, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Hold the breath out. Slowly roll up, vertebra by vertebra. The head's the last thing that comes up. As the head floats up, so do the arms at the same time. Straighten the legs, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Heart leads, head to the knees, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. It's like a harmony that you're playing here. Exhale, fold in, slowly round up. Keep the knees bent as you round the spine. Keep the chin to the chest. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Last time, floating the hands up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Bend the knees on the way down if you need to. Head to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Stay here and breathe. Lifting to the sides of the body. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift your head, press into your left foot and lift your right leg up. Look straight down towards the mat. Big breath in. Full breath out. Walk your hands to the under your shoulders. Exhale the breath out. Drop your head and make sure your back toes are facing down towards the ground. Inhale to the ball of the left foot. Exhale, heel to the mat. Inhale to the ball of the left foot. Exhale, heel to the mat. Inhale to the ball of the left foot. Stay here and breathe. Smile to yourself. Bend into your standing leg and float this top leg to the back of your mat. Bring the knee gently down, chin to the chest. Stay here and breathe. Roll your shoulders to your ears and then lift your chin, your chest. Keep your hands around your front foot. Stay here. Your eyes can be closed. You're going to look through the place of your third eye. Keep your back toes tucked under. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath in. Full breath out. Straighten the front leg. You're going to flex the front foot. So Ardha Hanumanasana, half hamstring stretch. Or hamstring stretch. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Fold forward. Forehead towards the knee. Maybe you have chin to shin. Whatever's in your practice. Think about your sit bones being equal on the mat. Big breath in. Big breath out. Then you can point your left foot. You want to bring the ball of the foot to the mat. And then you bring the foot and you flex it and spread the toes wide open. You can do that again. Point the foot, toes all together, and then you flex the foot, spread the toes apart. We'll do that one more time. So you point the foot, and then flex the foot, lengthen the body, bend into the front knee, lift up the back knee, hands walk forward. Then inhale, lift up that right leg. Walk the hands towards your left foot and see if you can touch your nose to your left knee. Then simply lift your head and exhale the right foot down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, round the spine, slowly round. Come up vertebra by vertebra. Hands float up as the head comes up. Exhale, swan dive down. Hinging at the hips, you can bend the knees on the way down, head towards the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and empty your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, press your weight into your right foot. Lift the left leg up. Look down towards your back foot. Make sure the toes are down to the mat. Stay here and breathe. Make your right leg nice and strong. Keep the fingertips where they are, right under your shoulders. You're going to inhale to the ball of your right foot. Exhale, heel to the mat. Inhale to the ball of the foot. Exhale, heel to the mat. Inhale to the ball of the foot. Exhale, heel to the mat. Inhale to the ball of the foot. Stay there. Breathe so you can smile to yourself. And then slowly bend into your standing leg. Bring this back foot to the back edge of the mat. Knees slowly down to the ground. Just keep your chin to your chest. Move the head softly side to side. Press into your hand. You're going to slowly straighten the front leg. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Again, forehead towards the knee or chin to the shin. Think about sit bones coming towards each other. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now you're going to inhale, you're going to point the foot. So you can bring the ball of the foot towards the mat, and then exhale, flex the foot and spread the toes. Inhale, point the foot, toes together. Exhale, spread the toes apart. Do that a couple more times. One more point. One more flex. Ardha Hanumanasana here. Stay here. Bend into the front knee. Walk the hands a little bit further forward. Lift up the back leg. See if you can bring your knee, your nose to your knee. Take another deep breath. And then lift your head and slowly float that left foot down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Move your head gently side to side. Inhale, come halfway up. Step into this left foot, lift the right leg up. This time, bring your left hand on the outside of your left foot, and your right arm's going to spiral up. So, Ardha Chandra, half moon. Now, if you want, you can look down towards the ground. If you want, you can look straight ahead, or you can look up towards your top hand, whatever's in your practice. We're going to keep this lifted leg lifted. Take another deep breath. Take this top hand over the ear. Reach through your lifted hand. See if you can find a moment of stillness. Take another deep breath. Now slowly you're going to lower this right foot down. Not all the way down, maybe halfway down. Then inhale, lift it back up. And again, exhale, slowly lower it down. You keep the foot flexed, maybe a little bit lower than halfway. And then back up. Do that 2 more times, each time coming a little bit lower. The next time, you're going to stay. That foot's like almost towards your left foot. Stay there and breathe. Reach this right hand away from you. And then slowly bring the right hand down, float the right foot next to the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Walk your hands towards the left side and right. Knee bends. And then slowly let the right leg straight. Keep trying to bring your forehead to the outside of this left knee. Nice side body stretch here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Make your legs strong and straight if you can. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Then slowly release your hands. You're just going to float back to the center line of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in, bend the knees, slowly roll the spine up, vertebra by vertebra. Head's going to be the last thing that comes up. The head comes up, the hands float up. Palms may touch, and then exhale, swan dive down, heart leads, head to the knees. Hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come halfway lift. Bring the right hand just on the outside of this right foot. Slowly lift up this left leg. You're going to open the hip to the side so that Ardha Chandra, half moon. Again, you can take your left hand up towards the sky. You can look down towards the mat. You can look straight ahead or up towards your top hand. Whatever is in your practice here. Press into your standing leg. Make that standing leg nice and strong. Have a deep breath in. Then you take this top hand over your top ear. Take another deep breath in here. Stand into that standing leg. Then exhale, bring that leg halfway down. Keep the foot flexed. And then bring it back up. You can do that again slowly, but further than halfway. And then back up. And then again, a little bit further than that was before. And back up. Then almost towards that right foot. Find that nice deep stretch. Then cut this left hand through the air towards the ground and bring the left foot. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands towards the right side of the mat here. Let this left knee bend at first. Drop your head. And slowly straighten the left leg. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Move the head gently side to side. Slowly, let your hands release your body back to the center line of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands flat, step to a high plank. Big breath in here. Full breath out. You're going to bend the right knee, see if you can touch the ground. And lift that back up and straighten. Exhale, opposite side. We'll do each side a couple of times. Trying to bring your weight, your shoulders right over your wrists. Don't worry about counting. As many as you can do. You can always come to your knees if you need to. Another big breath in. And then stay here. One more big breath. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin. Stay at the bottom, up in the sky. Elbows are up. You stretch in the front of the throat. Take another full deep breath in. Point the feet, roll the shoulders to the ears, press into the hands, curl the body up. Nice cobra. Bend the right elbow, look towards your feet. Inhale, chin through center. Exhale, opposite side. Let it see your feet. Through center again, let your chin, your chest. Opposite side. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more times. Through center. Bend an elbow, look at the feet on that side. You should feel nice stretching through your abdominal area. Each side, one more time. Through center, come all the way down towards the mat. Point your feet back and bring your arms straight out in front of you. Palms are going to touch. If you looked at your hands, they're together. Arms are stick straight, nose is down towards the mat, your feet are together. We'll take about 5 deep breaths here. It's going to be a long, slow, deep breath. Finding stillness. This is a full body pose, if you will. A full body mudra. It's an absolute devotion. Remember, yoga is a devotional practice. This is your practice to you. This is your practice to all that is of creation. It allows this world to manifest in its matter. And this matter comes into being through the Father and the Mother, the Moon and the Sun. And you would not be here without that Father and Mother. Without that creation. So this is bow into your inner divinity. Another deep breath. Press all your breath out. So empty your breath for a moment. Inhale, so if you lift your hands off the mat, then pull the elbows back. So if you can lift your feet, long, slow, deep breathing. Don't crunch your bottom. You can look to the point of your nose, pull the elbows slowly more back, lifting your chest a little higher, floating on your navel if you can. Take another deep breath. Bring the feet down, hands right next to your lower ribs, press into your hands. You can lift your body a little taller, so a nice high cobra. Lifting the chin, curling the head back, opening the throat. Keep the feet pointed back, bend the knees, bring the hips to the heels. Walk the hands all the way to the left side of the mat. Nice side body stretch. Leaning to the right side. Find that breath in the body. Breath out. Walk the hands towards the opposite side of the mat. Nice side body stretch. Big breath in. Full breath out. Walk the hands back to the center line of the mat. Look down towards the ground. Inhale, come into a tabletop with the navel down like a cow position. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees about an inch off the mat. Stay here and breathe. Big breath in. Big breath in. I press into the hands. Lift the hips high towards the sky. Downward facing dog. So now shake your head gently side to side. And all your breathing, that pranated breath, prana-infused breath, that oxygen, that air, vital air that needs to nourish the brain. Let us nourish the brain. But just being still for a moment. Find that stillness in your thoughts. Being quiet. What do we find in our stillness? Just look into the stillness. Let it encapsulate you. Like a warm blanket that comes over you. Take another fresh breath in here. And inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the mat. Make your left foot heavy. Inhale, right leg up. Toes face down towards the ground. Exhale, knee to nose if you can touch. You're going to step the foot lightly forward. Back knee is going to come down towards the mat. Point your back toes. Your knee come all the way down towards the mat. Lift your chin, your chest. Then keep your hands where they're around your front foot to lift your back knee so it's as high as your hips, but your hips don't have to be super high. You just want to lift it almost as high as your knee. And then see if you can float your hands off the mat. So very, very low lunging crescent lunge. So your hands up towards the sky. Stay here and breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. Take the hands behind your spine. Insert into webbing and pull the knuckles down. Lift your chin, your chest. Stay here and breathe. Your legs should be working. One more. Reach the hands towards the sky. Exhale, float your hands around the front foot and straighten the front leg. Back heel is lifted. Inhale, lift your head. Scissor your hips. You're going to pull this front hip back, back and forward. Exhale, nose to knee. Stay here and breathe. Keep your front leg as straight as possible. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lift your head. See if you can peel the ball of your foot off the mat and spread your toes wide open. But stay here and breathe. You can bring your nose back to your knee if it feels good. Keep your head elevated. Full breath in. Full breath out. Bend into the front, you bring your foot flat to the mat, lift your left leg high towards the sky. See if you can touch your nose to your knee. Inhale, lift your head, float this top foot to the back edge of the mat, toes tucked under, step to a high plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, roll over your toes, find yourself in a nice high cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Close your eyes. Be still. Always coming back to that same space of stillness, When you sit on our meditation cushion, it's an invitation for quietness. It's like having tea with yourself. Each time you sit there, easier and easier. It's easier and easier to find that stillness. So let's find a moment here. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the mat. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the mat. Right foot is heavy, left leg spirals up, toes point down. Breathe in here. Then exhale, knee to nose if you can touch. Lift your head. Step that back foot forward. Bring the back knee down. Hands around the front foot as you lift your chin away from your chest. Stay here and breathe. Find that scissoring in your hips already. Slowly float the hands up towards the sky as you lift the back knee gently off the mat. You're going to straighten the back leg, but you're going to keep your hips nice and low in alignment with your front knee, not too high. Take another full breath here. Scissor in the hips. Take the hands behind your opposite thumb on top. Pull the knuckles down, chin away from the chest. Stay here and breathe. Slowly release the hands to the sky to look up. Exhale, hands down around the front foot, straighten the front leg. The back heel lifted. Inhale, lift your head as you pull this left hip back, right hip forward. Exhale, nose to knee. Stay here and breathe. Put your hands on the ground. Really scissoring in the hips as best as you can. One more. Exhale out through the mouth. Look at your front foot. Peel the ball of the foot off the mat. You should feel a weird sensation through the back of your leg. That's just the fascia, the skin that's around your muscles, if you will. A nice, it's like they call it an organ. It is alive. You put it here, it affects there. So let's us stretch it. As we stretch one place, we stretch the whole body. Take another deep breath here. Slowly bring that foot flat to the mat. Walk your hands forward. Lift up the back leg. If you can bring your nose to your knee. Slowly lift your head. Float the top foot to the back edge of the mat. Hands flat. Find a high plank. Big breath in here. Full breath out. Dip your heels towards the left side. You can stack your hips here or scissor your feet. Right arm reaches up. Listen carefully. You're going to bring the left hip all the way down towards the ground. And then take this right arm, swing it behind you, bend the elbow, lean into that hand. Stay here and breathe. Press into the left hand. Find a nice sideways stretch, and you can even start to bring this right elbow down towards your right hip. You want the hand behind your head, so it's not going to come all the way down. Nice deep sideways stretch here. Take that right arm up. Press into the left hand. See if you can lift your hips high towards the sky. Side body, side plank. Exhale, right hand down. Find yourself in a high plank. Exhale, swivel the hips to the opposite side. Feet can be stacked or feet can be crossed. Press into the bottom hand. Lift up the left arm. Now slowly lower the right hip all the way down towards the mat. You're going to take this left arm over the head and then bend the elbow behind. Bring the hand behind the head. Press your head back into your hand. Now you can start to take that elbow as if it was going to touch the left hip. Making a deeper stretch all the way through this right side. Big breath in. Big breath out. Reach up that left hand. Press into your right hand. Find yourself side plank. Exhale the left hand down towards the mat. Roll over your toes. Find yourself in a nice high cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Right leg reaches up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot lightly forward. Bring the back knee down towards the mat. The heel toe this right foot a little bit over towards the left. Both hands on the inside of this right leg. Point your back toes. Close your eyes. Chin to the chest. Wiggle the body side to side. If it feels good and you want to go a little bit lower, you can always bring your elbows into a cushion or all the way down towards the mat. Bow into your body. This right knee is your best friend. Let it stay there. Big breath in. Big breath out. Walk back onto your hands. You're going to lift up your back knee. Step the back foot forward. You're going to come into Malasana. Hands are going to walk forward, curl your chin to your chest. Stay here and breathe. And then move the body side to side. And hands between the feet, slowly straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in, take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers to the belly. And then slowly begin to pull the hands away from your lower spine. You dip the hands towards the right as you bend the right knee. Look over the left. Come through center, straightening both legs, opposite side. And side body stretch. Side body stretch. Hands over the head. Release the hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Turn the toes out, bend the knees. Hands come to the place of the heart. Close your eyes. Always coming back to that stillness. Hands down towards the mat. Listen carefully. Turn your left toe so they point forward. Lift up your hips so the hips are in line with your left knee and step the right foot to the back edge of the mat. Bring that knee down towards the ground. So you're going to walk your hands so they're in alignment with this left toes here. And the left toes or hand or foot is right on the outside of your left foot. Squeeze the knee to your shoulder. You can stay here. Point your back toes. You can also come down on your elbows. Wherever you are, just move the hips, swing them as if they were caught on a breeze. Side to side. Feel, let your eyes be still, your mouth, your nose, everything. If your ego comes in, it wants your nose to be itchy. It wants to tell you to do something. If anything's itchy for a moment, see if you can just ignore it. Move past it. And your hands back towards the mat. Tuck your back toes under. Step into a downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. You're going to step over between your hands, back knee to the mat. Straighten the front leg. So Ardha Hanumanasana or half hamstring stretch or half splits. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose to knee or chin to shin. Ardha Hanumanasana. You watch your sit bones coming towards each other. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more. And now you're going to lift your head. You're going to bend back into your front knee. Hands flat. You're going to step to a high plank. Big breath in. Big breath out. Roll over your toes. Find yourself in a high cobra. And tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. See if you can touch nose. And step the foot lightly forward, back knee to the mat. Inhale, straighten your front leg, flex your front foot. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Again, if it feels good, sometimes if you swing the body side to side, see what it is that you need. Spread your toes wide open. Pull your front hip back. And big breath in. Full breath out. Bend into the front knee. Lift up the back knee. Listen carefully. Turn towards this left side. So we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to lengthen you. Exhale, you're going to fold in. You're going to walk your hands back so the fingertips are in alignment with your toes. Find your inner thighs. I like to put my elbows on my inner thighs. And I'm going to squeeze my inner thighs into my elbows. I walk the hands slowly back, trying to bring the crown of the head down towards the mat. You do that a couple times as you lengthen your spine here. And then you're going to exhale, walk your hands further back, trying to get the crown of your head down towards the mat. I can use my inside of my legs and I squeeze my biceps or my triceps my upper arms with my inner legs. Again, I can lengthen, move the fingertips further back, bring the crown of the head down towards the mat. At some point, I'm going to stay and let the blood rush to my brain. I'm going to bring my weight lightly forward towards the balls of my feet. Find my inhale and find my exhale. Inhale, come halfway lift. So I'm going to take the hands behind my spine, interlace them all the way to the webbing. Tracking my elbows micro bend. I fold in and I start to take my hands away from my lower spine. Gently bring the arms away from my spine, over my head, wherever they come. Just let your head hang and dangle, move it side to side. A little shoulder rotation. A couple of times, just see that the hands fall further and further away from you. You draw the front of the shoulders forward, up, and then back. Squeeze your legs towards the midline. Let the blood keep flowing to your brain. And gently release your hands to the backs of your thighs. Take your hands down the backs of the legs from your outer ankles. You're going to hold at your outer ankles. You're going to pull up with your hands. Bring your forearms and press into your shins. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, you're going to fold in again, crown of the head towards the mat. Use your hands on your shins. Bring the weight towards the balls of the feet. Let the blood flow to your brain. Keep using your inner thighs. Squeeze it towards the midline. Find your inner heels. Squeeze it. Find the balls of the feet. Squeeze it. Keep breathing. Two more. One more. Let your hands kind of dangle down for a moment. Walk your hands back to the center line of your mat. Inhale, come halfway up and start to gently heel toe your feet towards the midline. Just take your time so they're just a bit wider than your hips. Turn the toes out, sink your hips down. Find yourself in a malasana. Walk your hands forward. Chin to the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Walk the hands back towards you and then hands into the place of your heart. Squeeze the knees into your arms into your knees. Take the hands behind you. See if you can float your bottom off the ground. And then bring your bottom down and then find your outer parts of your feet, your ankles, and you're going to straighten your legs. You're going to look towards your toes. So release your feet, hands to the sky, and slowly lower your legs down. Once your legs come down, reach up towards the sky, and then walk your hands forward. Bringing your forehead down towards the mat. Upavishta Konasana, wide-legged forward fold. You make a little pillow with your hands. Make fists and balance the fists on top of each other. You see the stones at the beach. One perfectly placed. The forehead right down. Eyes are closed, listening to your breath. Feel your feet. Take a little peek towards your toes. Make sure your toes are pointing straight up towards the sky, not falling in or out. You can wiggle your upper body a little bit further forward. Just rest down towards the mat. Find your belly with your breath and your breathing. And every exhale, see there's a softening, gentle letting go. So if you can discover that in your body. If you feel like you're trying too hard, come out of it just a little. Rather connect to the sensation of the breath. Remember, the shape of the breath is more important than the shape of the pose. Two more big breaths. And hands down towards the ground. You're going to curl the body all the way back up. From here, you're going to inhale, bring the arms up. You're going to twist towards the left leg. You're going to bring that left arm behind your right arm across. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Right, left arm spirals up, and now you're going to dip your right ear to your left leg. Maybe you find your right toe with your left hand. Stay here and breathe. Maybe you don't come all the way. Maybe you just come halfway, whatever it is that you need. Find what your body needs. One more big breath. And inhale, come up, both hands towards the sky. Exhale, twist towards the opposite side. Find your breath in as you inhale. And find your breath out as you twist. Again, full breath in, lengthen. Exhale, twist this time. Right arm comes up. Exhale, side body stretching all the way towards that left leg. Maybe you find the big toe, maybe you don't. Maybe you're up here in space. Whatever it is that your body needs, you find that place. I'm trying to look under your top arm. Chin slightly away from the chest. You can lean back and breathe in and breathe out. Let your face relax. Let your eyelids hang heavy. 2 more. 1 more. Inhale, come up, both hands straight towards the sky. Exhale, hands behind you. Lift your chin, your chest. Exhale, bring everything to neutral. And then you're going to use your first 2 fingers under the creases of the knees. You're going to bring your legs onto your mat. And then bend the knees here. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, roll back down towards the mat. Vertebra by vertebra, and the hands are reaching towards the sky. So take your time here. You can keep your whole upper back rounded too. Trying to avoid just flopping down towards the ground. The shoulders come down, pull the knees into the chest. Then lengthen the legs straight up towards the sky, and then open the legs. You can grab onto your outer ankles and knees. Do happy baby side to side with the legs straight. Or if you can grab onto the big toes. Make sure the back of the neck is nice and long. Chin's not jutting up into the sky. From side to side. And then find stillness. Bring the legs all the way back together. Bend the knees. Pull the knees to the chest. Bring your arms out as a T. Inhale here. Exhale, you're going to pull the knees towards your right arm. See if you can bring them all the way towards your right arm so your back is rounded. Look over your left arm. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Top leg falls into the bottom leg. There's a nice deep twist through the spine. The spine is nice and round. Let's take 2 more. 1 more. Keep the knees bent. Just pull the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give them a little hug. And again, arms at a T. Breathe in. Now as you exhale, you're going to bring the knees out towards that left arm, right towards the elbow if you can. And then look over your right shoulder. If you can bring the top knee right down onto the bottom knee. Stay here and breathe. Find your spine and your body. Using your mind, seeing your breath as it floats up the spine, right from the base, all the way up. Vertebra by vertebra. Lighting up. Allowing that Kundalini energy to naturally float up the spine. All the movement of the breath. Take another full breath in here. Full breath out. Slowly pull the knees back into the chest. Let the knees fall apart. You just kind of go side to side. And then extend the legs straight up towards the sky. You're going to bring your first 2 fingers under the creases of the knees, or your palms even. Just then, bring the hands actually underneath your sacrum. That's what I'm saying. Flex your feet. And then slowly float the legs down towards the mat. Squeezing the inner thighs, making sure that your lower spine doesn't pop off the mat, so use your hands underneath your sacrum. And then slowly bring the feet all the way down towards the mat. Lift up your bottom, roll your hands out. While each shoulder underneath you, bend the elbows. Take your hands to your neck, lengthen out your neck. You can look at your feet. Flex your feet so that your heels are pressing away from you. And then bring the head down towards the mat as the heels come down. Float your hands back to the sides of the body, palms up. You're going to inhale, you're going to squeeze your hands. You're going to exhale, release. You're going to inhale, squeeze your hands and your feet. You're going to relax. You're going to inhale, squeeze your hands, your feet, your arms. Relax. You're going to inhale, squeeze your hands, your feet, your arms, your legs. Relax. You're going to inhale, squeeze our hands, our feet, our arms, our legs, our navel, our bottom. Relax. Inhale, squeeze your hands, your feet, your arms, your legs, your navel, your bottom, your face. Relax. So as you breathe in, your navel expands so big it receives the breath. As you exhale, again as you breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, a couple more deep breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. At some point, just finding yourself resting, completely resting. Everything's still within you. Body's natural intelligence. Breathing you. So now rest. Today my path unfolds before me. As I become who I am meant to be, what I am meant to do will fall like a path of rose petals before me. I may not feel I know what my path is, but God does. He knows how my talents and abilities can best fit into His plan for the enlightenment and healing of all things. What talents I have, He will glorify as I use them to glorify Him. And talents I don't even know that I have, that lie latent within me, will emerge as I surrender more deeply to love. Talents that lie latent within me will arise as I surrender my heart. They will take form as I begin to view everything I do as a way to serve God and serve the world. Dear God, please pave another path for me than the one that I have tread. As I change my mind, please change my future. Fill my mind with love, that only love might lie ahead. Amen. Breathing in, breathing out. And simply feeling the breath naturally happening. No interference, no need to think. Feel the sensation that you feel right now in the space. Feel your body rested and resting. This ocean of clearness, clarity, connectedness. Feel the body as it floats upon these waves. The shoreline within, in. The shoreline moving out, floating. As you breathe a little deeper, you feel that sensation of the breath once more, breathing in, breathing out, bringing all your awareness to the outer rim of your field, to the outer rim of your body, feeling how the air touches your skin. And still as you breathe in, you feel the sensation of rest, of rejuvenation, of feeling refreshed. Begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. The breath deepens even more so, with the wiggling turning to movements in the hands and the wrists and the toes and the feet and the ankles. Feel the rise of your chest, fall of your chest, your body gently coming back more and more so, the mind. When you're ready, just take your arms over your head and reach them away from your head. Start to point and flex your toes, open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Take some deep breaths here, really opening your body to new breath, to freshness, waking up in the morning. The mind so refreshed. Still taking the sensation, this quietness, this stillness with you. As you begin more movements, just opening the body here. And then roll to whichever side that feels comfortable. Still sensing this feeling of quietness, stillness, refreshment. As you lean into yourself here, just take a moment here to reflect on the intentions, what it is that you need right now in this space. And knowing this as you open your mind to more stillness, how you can open your awareness to realizing more so of what you need. So within the stillness, there is gifts. So allow yourself to continue to expand into that stillness throughout your day, week, the month, the year. Bring your hands to the earth. Give thanks for a moment for Mother Earth, for all that she does. Her soils, her waters, her foods, her fresh air, her beauty. We thank you. Press into your hands, lift the body back up. Or join our hands in the place of our heart, Atma Anjali. Wherever you're on your breath cycle, press your breath out. As inhale as one. Exhale, chin to chest. Offering gratitude for all that you have in your life. All the gifts that easily come to you. Allow that gratitude to swell so much through your heart center that it spills out from your heart to the spaces and places all around you, into the streets, into all beings' hearts. That each person here on this planet may feel gratitude in their heart. Let's float our thumbs to the place of our third eye, honoring that space of inner guidance. In the space where we sit together, let us honor the space that our teachers, of all our teachers that have walked this path before us. And the light within me bows to the infinite light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. If you want to stick around, I'm going to pull a little card for us, see what guidance has for us for today. Take a moment just to linger in the stillness, being quiet. We don't have to think about anything. This is what we're trying to cultivate more so within ourselves, is more stillness, more quietness, more allowance. So let us sink into those moments between our thoughts. Allow those moments between our thoughts to get bigger and brighter and fuller and more whole. And in that wholeness, we find more stillness. We find more blissfulness. We find more beauty. Another deep breath. Let's see what guidance has for us for today. Well, the color is right. It's like a violety, purpley color. And it's an angelic being on a unicorn. And she's on it, going in a direction. And she's also all in this violety color. She has two friends with her. It looks like two cats, or it looks like a cat and a fox that are up in the tree, actually. And then it says, go for it. So listen along. It says, your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved to stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. And I truly think like it feels like there's like a portal here, the way the tree is in the picture. So it's like we're kind of being on this journey, but I always like to say, like, it's like a video game. Once we think that we've accomplished some level, we get to the next level, but then we have to start all over again in a way. So it feels like we're going through a portal, and portals are about change. It's for us to change something, and no matter what we want, it's actually inevitable. It's out of our control in a way. But it says go for it. So lean more into it. So if you're having thoughts and thinking about things that seem impossible, but you know that it's something that you need to do, then this is your time to go for it. Go beyond what your mind tells you to do. Remember, your mind is that sneaky trickster. It likes to make you believe things that aren't true. And then we give it so much energy, and all that energy that we could fuel ourselves with and fuel our actions with fall out of ourselves, and so we feel depleted. So the mind can be very depleting. But again, like Einstein said, it's like intuition, imagination is our best gift. And we can use that gift to actually help master the mind, but we honor the mind more, that servant, more than anything. But let us use the mind for positivity, for reinforcement, for support. And it says, your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. So continue to project what it is that you need, knowing from your heart. And it's in this violet hue, it's in this purple. So we come into this place of mastership, of self-realization, of opportunity to fall into this connection with spirit and say, thank you for guiding me. So thank you for guiding me. From my heart to yours, may you always be blessed. Namaste.